Moving on to Friday at 5:30 Mountain Time on ESPN, we got the Cotton Bowl in Arlington, Texas. The Longhorns of Texas staying home and playing them Buckeyes of Ohio State. Looking at the Buckeyes real quick, they whipped the shit out of Tennessee, 42-17 in the first round, 21-0 at the end of the first, 21-0 below at the end of the first. Wasn't a game. Then last week, against the number one team, number one seed in this playoff, only undefeated team remaining against Oregon. Final score was 41-21, but it was 34-0 until almost halftime. 34-0 until almost halftime. Jumped on them early. Texas, they got here by beating Clemson by 2 touchdowns, 38-24, and then had a great game against Arizona State, 39-31 in double overtime. Texas, they kind of pissed the bed in this one, Max. They were up 17-3 at halftime. They were up 24-8 midway through the fourth quarter. Ends up going to double OT. That makes me nervous about them, but they are staying home. This is basically a home game for the Longhorns in Dallas, in Arlington. You going Buckeyes out of the Big Ten or Texas out of the SEC?
Oh, my goodness gracious. Wow. Another great battle here, Cole Breezy, but you got to be kidding me with Ohio State beating a very good Tennessee team 42-17. And then Oregon hasn't lost. The only undefeated team, 41-21. You already brought up the 34-8 at halftime. They were up to a 31-0 lead.
And Oregon got those 8 points by scoring at the buzzer. They scored at the buzzer.
Yep. Defense was red hot, and offensively, dude, Will Howard, he is a good-ass quarterback. He is a good quarterback.
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And all I got to say, boys, is I got Ohio State. I got this 8 seed taking down Texas. Dude, how can you not, after seeing them beat Tennessee the way that they did and Oregon the way that they did? It was not even close. Woo. Those games weren't even close. Woo. Okay, I would argue that that Tennessee is better than Texas. I would definitely argue that Oregon is better than Texas. Okay, Ohio State just proved to you that they're better than both of them. So it's going to be a good game. I think it'll be closer. Well, I said that about Oregon too, right? And Tennessee. I thought Tennessee was going to beat Ohio State. Ohio State's really good, man. They're going to take this one. Yeah. I'm going to have fun with this. I'm going to go 33-28. 33-28. I want, I would like to see it a little back and forth here, but Ohio State 33-28.
Ohio State, I think, was the team in the first round that we all thought could lose at home. I think that was the one, and they whipped the shit out of Tennessee, and then really surprised us last week. I had them winning that game, but I didn't see a beatdown. I saw a back and forth tennis match. Ohio State, I think they've got more firepower offensively than anybody else right now. That Michigan loss, it really woke them up. They had a couple weeks to sit and really stew in that. I want to shout out Jeremiah Smith, freshman receiver for Ohio State. He just turned 19 5.5 weeks ago. 19 years old 5.5 weeks ago. He caught 70 balls this year for 1,224 yards and 14 touchdowns. Those are all freshman records at Ohio State, passing Chris Carter.
Wow.
Those 14 touchdowns are a Big Ten freshman record. And he had 161 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half last week against Oregon. 161 and 2 in the first half. Jeremiah Smith was the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, Big Ten Wide Receiver of the Year, first team All-Big Ten, and second team All-American. This guy might be the best of all these Ohio State wide receivers that have been funneling into the NFL. Jeremiah Smith, he might be the best one of them all. I think he has another big game here against Texas. Texas has a lot of NFL players. Both teams do, all 4 teams left do. But I'm going Ohio State in this one. All that firepower, my goodness, the way they jumped on Oregon. 31-24. Buckeyes moving on to take on my Irish at Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's fun too.
That's going to be a ratings heaven for ESPN. That's going to go out the window.
Those are 2 powerhouse football schools going up against each other. We both have the same championship here, Cole Breezy. These are 2 schools that at any time they're on TV, you watch them. You watch them. Everyone knows who they are. Everyone knows their football programs are outstanding.
Fans are everywhere.
I would love to see it. I would definitely love to see it.
That's going to be on January 20th, the national championship game on a Monday as they always do.